Now, in this next clip, a woman who lives in a 263-year-old house, one many already believe to be haunted, is starting to grow suspicious about one of her cats, Susanna. Watch this.
Susanna. Susanna, what are you doing? You hanging out with your friends? It's time to go downstairs where you actually live. Come on. Come on, Suze. Come on. Come on, girl.
For some reason, Susanna keeps isolating herself and wandering off to one particular room, always the same one, and no matter how many times she's brought out, she somehow ends up right back there. At first, it seemed harmless. Cats are known for being curious, right? But people who followed this woman's videos for months know this house has a long history of strange, unexplained activity, from doors opening on their own to faint whispers caught on camera. So when they saw Susanna repeatedly returning to that same room, people started connecting the dots. Some speculated that cats are sensitive to energy we can't perceive, that Susanna might be drawn to something only she can see. Others think the opposite, that she's not drawn to the room but pulled toward it, as though something in there has already claimed her attention. Then there are other theories. People saying cats have long been associated with protection and spiritual guardianship, and if Susanna's isolating herself there, maybe she's trying to contain whatever's inside. Some are of the opinion that Susanna could be seeing the ghost of a previous resident who once owned the house, someone who never truly left. There were even unsettling theories that the spirit might be using the cat, influencing its behavior, maybe even watching through it. A few people claim the way Susanna stares at the doorway isn't random at all, that it looks almost responsive. Whether it's instinct, energy, or something supernatural, one thing's clear. Susanna isn't avoiding that room. She's returning to it, again and again. So now the question remains, is Susanna just being a cat, or is she trying to tell her owner something? You decide. In this next clip, a woman returns to a strange rundown house she once visited. The same house where she'd seen a door behaving in a way she couldn't explain. This time, she brought her camera, hoping to finally catch what she'd witnessed before. Watch this.
Miren, es esta. ¿Ahorita se está escuchando? No sé si escuchan. Miren. ¿Escuchan? Y no hay nadie. Ay, qué mierda. Mames. Esa madre. Me espanto. Quiero ir a ver allá arriba. Siempre se escucha que... Y subí para que veas que no hay nadie. Se mira tan... Siempre se escucha que quieren abrir la puerta. Oh, ¿miraste? sé si miraron la sombra. Ponme un comentario si escuchaste la puerta y después la sombra se vio. ¿Qué es esto? No lo había visto. Ay, no.
You can see the door moving, like someone on the other side is trying to open it, but the strange part? There was no one upstairs. When she uploaded the footage, the comment section exploded with theories. Some said it could be residual energy, an echo from the house's past, replaying the same motion again and again like a broken loop in time. Others think it's an intelligent haunting, that something knows she's there and wants her attention. A few skeptics argued it might be pressure changes or old wood expanding, but some swore they heard whispers. Now, here's where it gets really unsettling. Many viewers said a door that moves as if someone's trying to open it can mean one of two things. Either something is trying to come through from the other side, or something is trapped and wants out. So, what do you think? Could there really be something behind that door trying to reach out, or is there an explanation we're just not seeing yet? Now in the following clip, a woman shares a deeply unsettling experience. For the longest time, she and her husband believed their little girl was suffering from night terrors. Those late night screams, the trembling, the blank stares. Every episode broke their hearts, but they thought it was something medical, something that could be treated. So to help the doctors understand, they began recording every episode, hoping the footage would reveal a pattern. But what the camera captured one night told an entirely different story. Watch this.
Scared? Are we scared, baby? Come on, here, pickle. Come here, pickle. Come on, pickle. It's okay. There's the vent right there, baby. See? The vent pushes the door. You're fine, okay? Are you a big girl? You're scared, just remember. Baby Lenny's here, Mommy's here. We're all gonna be together in the same house. It's gonna be okay. Let's go to bed. What's wrong, Cora? Sweetie, what are you afraid of? You're scaring me, honey. I don't see anything.
That's one terrible way to end the night after spending hours trying to comfort a frightened child. But the story doesn't stop there. Strange, unexplainable things began happening around the house. Toys moving on their own, doors creaking open in the middle of the night. Sometimes the little girl would wake up with fresh scratches on her arms, or complain that someone was sitting at the edge of her bed whispering her name. Her mother once found her standing in the hallway, eyes wide open, pointing at the dark corner of the ceiling, saying she's back. Other nights they had to deal with sounds of pacing footsteps, quiet humming, and faint tapping on the walls. Some of these things she could explain to her kid, others she couldn't. Now, she's starting to realize all those times her daughter screamed in fear, she'd been asking the wrong questions, and going to the wrong place for help. Because whatever is tormenting her child, it isn't just in her dreams, it's in her room. Just in case you still have doubts, watch this again.
What's wrong, Cora? Sweetie, what are you afraid of? You're scaring me, honey. I don't see anything.
She explained that the windows in her daughter's room aren't battery powered. You can't operate them remotely. They have to be closed manually, one by one. Yet, somehow, the footage shows them closing at the same time. Of course, skeptics tried to debunk it, talking about drafts, air pressure, anything logical they could find. But then she explained with another video.
Blinds do not have any remote or electronics. We just open them back up so I could show you. You have to be physically standing by the blinds in order to close them like this. There is no wires or anything like that. There's no way this could be battery powered or anything. They just close on their own. And also, all 4 of them closed at the exact same time. There's no way that's possible because you have to touch it and close it like that.
That's when the comments shifted from disbelief to pure concern. Many advised the family to leave the house immediately, especially for their daughter's sake. But so far, there's been no update. So, until she shares another clip, this one remains deeply, and heartbreakingly unsolved. This first clip was filmed by a guy at his girlfriend's apartment after she kept telling him something weird. Every night, around the same time, it sounded like someone else was inside with her. At first, he laughed it off because she said it so casually, he thought she was just messing with him. But one night, she called him in full panic, and that tone was different. So he drove over late at night, and this is what he ended up catching on camera. Watch and listen closely.
But I'm here at my girlfriend's house by myself. She always says it's haunted because it sounds like somebody is walking around upstairs. I've never heard it until now.
This one scared me.
I always say it's not haunted because the house is a little old. But it legit sounds like there's somebody upstairs. I will swing on a ghost, or if it's a person, I don't care. Who's up there? Oh my God, they're like at the top of the stairs.
You could hear it though.
Come down these stairs and I will swing on you, I promise.
Now here's the thing, how do you handle an intruder you can't even see? Some people watching this clip think it's totally explainable. Maybe the pipes in her apartment bang at the same time every night, or maybe there's an old ventilation system making weird sounds. Others pointed out that in older buildings you can sometimes hear neighbors moving around and it sounds like it's coming from inside your own place. But then there's the darker side of the speculation. Some say this isn't just about creaky pipes or neighbors. This feels like a residual haunting, where the same activity happens at the same time every night, almost like a loop. Others even suggested sleepwalking or shared hallucinations, but the timing is what throws everyone off. People in the comments have been throwing out ideas on how to handle it. Set up cameras in every room, call in a paranormal investigator, bring a priest or spiritual leader to bless the space, or just move out and don't look back. But what about you? If this was happening in your home, same time every night, noises you can't explain, what would your first move be? Now, this next clip comes from a guy named Josh, who finally decided to speak up about the things he's been dealing with in his apartment. Watch this.
Okay, I keep hearing shit up here. Is anybody else home besides me? Just definitely know what's coming from. I don't care. I left that on, so that's okay. Not again. I don't want to deal with this. I do not want to deal with this. No, not again. Not again, not again, not again, not again. Not again, not again, not again, not again.
He calls it the Hat Man. Some people say when you start seeing shadows in your house, especially shadowy figures with hats, it's not just a trick of the light. In folklore, the Hat Man is known as a type of shadow person, a dark presence that watches but rarely interacts. Others think it's more psychological, linked to sleep paralysis or extreme stress. Basically your mind playing tricks when you're half awake. But posting this clip sparked a heated debate online. Ghosts don't have shadows. One side insists if a ghost is pure energy, it can't block light, so there's no way it should be casting a shadow. The other side claps back with, no, shadow people are their own category. They're not ghosts, they're entities, and that's why they look like living darkness. It turned into one of those arguments where both sides are convinced they're right. But back to Josh. It's not just this figure. He's woken up to find the cross in his room flipped upside down, heard whispers he can't explain, and says he never feels calm at home. And when there's no peace in your house, it messes with your mind. So what do you think Josh is dealing with? And the bigger question, do ghosts have shadows, or is this proof of something completely different? Like other videos, I'll let you decide. This next video was captured inside a museum in Nottingham, England. And to most people who visited this place, what you're about to see wasn't much of a surprise. The building is home to one of the UK's most unsettling collections of paranormal artifacts and haunted objects. Officially, it's called the Museum of Curiosities, but many still know it by its old name, the Haunted Museum. Early one morning, around 6:18 a.m., one of the security cameras recorded something that still has people talking. Watch closely. A human bone said to be over 400 years old appears to shatter on its own. And with the kind of history this museum holds, it's hard to pass that off as simple coincidence. Because here's the thing, this place isn't just a random collection of antiques. It houses cursed dolls, Ouija boards, and ritual objects linked to witchcraft and the occult. Visitors have reported sudden drops in temperature, hearing whispers when no one is around, and even feeling like they've been touched by unseen hands. Staff members themselves have claimed to witness objects moving, lights flickering, and in some cases, guests collapsing after feeling overwhelmed by the energy inside. So when a clip like this surfaces, the question becomes, was this really just an old artifact giving way to time, or was it something else entirely? In a museum that has a reputation for storing haunted relics, the idea of paranormal interference isn't so easy to dismiss. So what do you think? Was this just fragile history crumbling on its own, or something far darker at work? This clip is about a delivery guy who, in his own words, lives life one day at a time. But recently, his days have been anything but ordinary. For months, he's been trying to explain the strange things he's seen and heard while on the job. But every time he shares his stories, his friends either laugh or brush it off as him being dramatic. Everything changed on the 14th of September, 2022, when he was assigned to deliver at a newly developed site with fresh, unfinished buildings. The place looked quiet, almost too quiet. But as soon as he entered one of the buildings, he began hearing strange sounds echoing from deep inside, footsteps when nobody was there, faint voices that seemed to vanish the moment he tried to follow them. At first, he ran out, unsettled, but he couldn't shake the feeling that what he heard was real. So the very next day, he went back. This time, not for work, but for proof. Have a look.
I'm at this house in somewhere North Carolina. Brand new house. Just has been built. And I was making a delivery here yesterday. I kept hearing something upstairs. And I'm the only one here. I was here by myself. But something kept bumping around up here. Sounded like somebody was walking across the floor. So today we're gonna come check it out. See what it could be. It's kind of odd. As you see, nobody's here. I'm here by myself. Nobody's around. Every single room is empty. Close it. I don't see anything that would have been moved or could move that's up here loose or anything. See, nobody's here. Nobody's hiding anywhere. Nope, nobody. Nobody. See? Now who in the hell is crazy now? Did you hear that thump? See, I'm here by myself. Nobody's here. Just me. What the hell? See, nobody's here. What the hell was that? It's a brand new damn house. Nobody's here. We'll go for in a minute. Still gotta make sure so everybody doesn't think that I'm crazy. I have somebody here with me. Nobody's here. Just me. Nobody's here. He's back out to the hall. Nobody's here. Let's see what could be going on. See, nobody's here. There's nothing possible that could be bumping around by itself or thumping. Nobody, nothing. No animals, no nothing. So, strange how a brand new house is already haunted. Let's see. I just needed proof. But yet again, nobody's here. Proof.
What he recorded stunned even him, and now he's sure that the noises weren't just in his head, they were real, and now undeniable. But he's still worried his friends will dismiss it as edited audio or coincidence, so his plan is simple: bring them along next time. Because sometimes, he says, people only believe what they can see and feel themselves. The woman in this next video works at a 911 dispatch center, and if you've ever worked late nights in a quiet building, you know how unsettling little noises can be. But what she experienced went way beyond that. Here's the first thing she captured.
So I'm just sitting at work, and I hear things fall in the lobby. Not sure. And the lights are off. They were on. Oh, and they're on now. All right, yeah, I'm gonna be done with that. Oh, nope, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Okay. Oh, what was that?
Now, because of some sensitive information posted on the walls, she had to place her camera down. But these strange events had already been happening for weeks. She talked about hearing phones ring that weren't connected to any line, drawers sliding open by themselves, even the faint sound of someone whispering her name when she was the only one on duty. The scariest part? It all seemed to start the day her boss mentioned relocating the dispatch center to a new building. And once viewers picked up on that detail, the theories poured in. Some said that the very talk of moving might have disturbed whatever's attached to the building, like a spirit that didn't want to be abandoned. Others suggested the activity could be tied to the calls themselves. After all, 911 dispatch centers handle stories of life and death every single day. Could those energies be leaving an imprint? Either way, after her first experience, she decided to start documenting everything. She wanted to show her boss exactly what was happening, hoping he'd finally take the moving out idea more seriously. And here's what she recorded next.
So I'm at work again. Poulter's acting up as we're now referring to her. And maybe it's somebody, I don't know, nobody should be here. There's literally no one here.
After posting that, people began urging her to go one step further, to actually try communicating with whatever was behind this. Maybe it was trying to send a message, or maybe it just wanted to be acknowledged. And that's exactly what she did. Have a look.
Okay guys, I'm gonna do what some of you suggested today and try to communicate with the spirit at work. This is just a proof that no one is here with me. I'm here by myself. No one here. Alright, I'm gonna try. Not once for yes and twice for no. Is there anyone here with me? Do you know who I am? Are you stuck here?
But this is where things escalated. What happened next had her seriously considering quitting her job on the spot.
So, y'all have been following my Polter diaries here lately. So I'm pretty sure there's something standing in the doorway to the break room. Am I crazy, or is that somebody standing there? Do y'all see that?
When she noticed movement was the moment she completely lost it. The online reaction exploded into debate. Some argued that not all shadow figures are malicious, that sometimes they're just neutral presences caught between worlds. Others insisted these beings feed on fear, and the more she acknowledged it, the stronger it would become. A few skeptics chimed in too, saying long night shifts and the stress of handling emergency calls could easily play tricks on her mind. But if that were the case, how do you explain what she caught on camera? Her boss eventually stepped in, promising she wouldn't have to work alone again. But many think he wasn't just trying to reassure her. Deep down, he probably wanted confirmation for himself. After all, if multiple people started seeing the same things, that would be a whole different story. And then, one night she was back on duty, this time not by herself. But what happened next proved she wasn't imagining any of it.
Hey guys, this is just an update to let you all know that I'm okay. I'm back at work today, but I'm no longer working by myself. I have someone here with me. Everything's been fine so far. We haven't had anything today, so and here we go. What was that? What came from the hallway? Oh my god. No. Oh my god.
At that point, it became undeniable. She wasn't just hearing things, she wasn't just seeing things, it was really happening. But since this last clip was posted, there's been no clear update or further explanation, and like so many other cases, this one remains a mystery. The following video is about a man you might remember from previous clips on this channel, the guy with the haunted teddy. Well, it looks like things have taken a new turn. Whatever was tormenting him before seems to have moved on from the teddy, and is now targeting other things in his house. Watch this.
Me acabo de acostar, pero hay algo que lo escucho. Hay alguien corriendo. ¡Basta! 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 Aparece, aparece, basta. Aparece. Salí. Yo no te tengo más miedo. No te tengo más miedo. Aparece. Aparece. ¿Qué es eso? Estoy viendo ahí. ¿Qué es eso? Te estoy viendo ahí. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás?
He keeps hearing strange noises, thuds, whispers, taps, and now even the doors are starting to act out on their own. It's like every time he thinks he's close to solving one mystery, another one shows up to replace it. So what do you think he's dealing with this time? Something attached to him, or just the house itself? In this next clip, a guy named Mosh was streaming with friends when they noticed something unusual happening in the background. Have a look.
This is a pig challenge. No sweat. Get it? Pigs don't sweat. You got this.
The TV, which he even got up to confirm was completely unplugged, suddenly turned itself on and off. Some people believe the unplugged TV reacting like that could mean there's a strong electromagnetic presence, maybe even paranormal. Others say it might have stored a little residual charge and was reacting to interference from nearby devices. But then there's another angle that started a whole debate online: the fact that one TV was facing another. Some say that creates an energy loop, a kind of mirror effect that can attract strange occurrences or even confuse spirits. So what do you think? Was it a simple tech glitch, or did Mosh accidentally open some kind of strange loop between two worlds? Now, in this next clip, a family was out trying to find a nice park to spend the day with the kids. But for some reason, every park they searched for online either didn't exist or was closed. After driving around for a while and realizing they might have been scammed by Google Maps, they decided to ask people around, only to be told they had the wrong address. Not wanting to disappoint the kids or get an earful from his wife, the husband quickly came up with a plan B. He figured there's gotta be another park somewhere close by. So he stopped to ask someone on the road, and the guy told him, yeah, there's a park not too far from here. Well, there was one. But when they finally got there, nobody felt like having a park day anymore. Watch this.
Daripada tadi dah berhenti.
Kau buat apa ha? Orang dah tak ada kau boleh bergoyang sendiri pula kau ni. Aduh, petang-petang ni. Laju pula tu.
To be fair, you can't really blame the person he asked. He wasn't lying, there was a park. The husband just didn't specify whether he meant a family park or a possibly haunted do not enter type of park. Next time, maybe clarify that part. But back to the clip. The place was completely empty, not a single soul in sight. And then that swing started moving on its own. Yeah, that pretty much killed the whole family picnic vibe. What about you though? Would you still hop on one of those swings? I'd love to know. This next clip was recorded by a mother, and once again, another parent joins the growing list of people who believe children really can see things we can't. Because, as always, there are two sides to this argument. Critics often insist that kids only imagine what they can't explain, that it's a mix of overactive imagination, sleep patterns, and suggestive environments. Some even say parents often project their own fears or grief onto what the child says or does. But then there are parents like the woman in this next video, people who have witnessed things they can't rationalize no matter how hard they try. And for her, this particular moment was the one that changed everything. Take a look.
¿Qué pasó, mamá? ¿Se entiende? Luna. Regina, ¿a quién le hablas, mami?
Now, here's the story behind what you just saw. Sadly, the year she lost her first daughter, Luna, only a few weeks later, she found out she was pregnant again. It was a bittersweet moment, mourning one child while preparing to bring another into the world. The baby, named Regina, never met Luna. She was born into a quiet house where Luna's name was rarely spoken, not because they didn't love her, but because the grief was still too raw to revisit. But when Regina began talking, something strange started happening. She would wander around the living room, smiling and pointing at nothing, whispering the name Luna. At first, her mother brushed it off as baby talk until the words became clearer. Luna, she'd say, giggling, waving her tiny hands, and sometimes even running toward a corner of the room as if someone was waiting there. Many would say maybe she overheard her parents talk about Luna once, or maybe she saw a picture, but according to the mother, that's not the case. So how did she know it? Well, that was years ago. Fast forward to now, and things have only gotten stranger. Regina still mentions Luna, but lately what she sees doesn't seem as playful as before. Watch this.
¿Ya? ¿Ya nos dormimos? Mami, vámonos. Vente, vamos a dormir ya, corazón. ¿Por qué te vas para allá, mi amor? Vámonos ya, vente. Vente, vámonos a dormir ya. Vámonos. Regina. Vámonos ya. Vente, mi amor. Vente. Vamos a... ¿Qué pasó? Ay, Dios mío. Ceñito. Vamos a dormirnos, mi amor, por favor.
Y luego esto.
¿Qué? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Estás bien? Regi, agarra tu juguete, mi amor.
This time, viewers started noticing something the mother didn't catch at first. The door with the glass panel in the background. Something about it just felt wrong. Some viewers swore they saw a faint shape move behind it. Others claimed they saw a hand press lightly against the glass for just a second before vanishing. The comments flooded in, hundreds of people telling her to check that door, to record from a different angle, to maybe even bless the house. So she made a follow-up video to explain.
Para mí, el que mi hija se haya quedado adentro de mí, nunca salió de mí, nunca, nada ni mínimo salió de mí. Para mí tiene un valor muy especial, tiene un significado muy mío. Espero que me entiendan y que no piensen que estoy loca. Para mí protegió a Regina porque el diagnóstico era muy malo. O sea, créanme que estuvimos en mucho peligro Regina y yo. Y fue nuestro ángel, literalmente fue nuestro ángel, y así lo veo. Y desde chiquitita Regina tiene eso de que platica, ve a alguien, y yo estoy muy al pendiente. Les agradezco esa preocupación que tienen de que probablemente sea otra cosa, y yo estoy siempre encomendando a mis bebés, a mis hijas en general, a Dios. Pero mi corazón de madre me hace sentir como un sentimiento bonito de que si no es Luna, probablemente es alguien, su angelito, que está jugando con ella. No siento nada negativo, pero les agradezco su preocupación.
She said she doesn't believe it's anything evil, that whatever's happening doesn't pose a threat. She admitted that she's not sure it's Luna, but she believes it could be Regina's guardian angel, maybe someone sent to watch over her. "We're safe," she said in that video, trying to reassure her audience. But not long after, everything changed again. The same mother who once calmly explained the situation came back visibly shaken, this time asking for help.
¿Qué pasó? Ay, Dios, ahora sí me asusté. ¿Qué pasó? Ay, Reichi. Bueno, yo me estaba bañando y la dejé en el cuarto solita, con el cuarto cerrado. Y cuando me estaba bañando, oigo que grita y la veo ahí paradita, pero aquí gritando y haciéndole así con la mano, no. Obviamente me salí lo más rápido que pude, abrí la puerta, pues no hay nadie, mis hijas están dormidas y no hay nadie. Y está como asustada. Antes de que agarrara el teléfono, así con la manita, le decía, no. Igual yo siempre encomiendo a mis hijas, a Dios. Aquí tengo mi Biblia, un angelito, y siempre encomendada a Dios. Y no sé qué asustó a Regina mientras yo me estaba bañando. Y no es tan tarde, son las 7:28. Vente, mi amor. ¿Estás bien? ¿Estás bien? Vámonos. Vente. Mira, apunta para allá. ¿Qué, mi amor? Vámonos. ¿Qué, mi amor? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué pasó? Ven, amor. Ven, amorcito. Vente. Venga, mi niña. It's okay.
It's no longer about innocent pointing or quiet conversations. Now, Regina's screaming. The mother says the little girl wakes up in the middle of the night, pointing at corners of the room, crying, saying no over and over again. The only thing the mother's holding on to now is her Bible and her prayers, but it's getting worse.
Ya, mi amor, tranquila. Tranquila. Aquí estoy. Dame la mano. Aquí estoy. Tranquila. Literalmente, el agua sigue corriendo. Me estoy bañando. Mi teléfono lo tenía ahí, pero lo quise agarrar inmediatamente. Ella estaba aquí jugando contigo, jugando con sus juguetitos. Y otra vez lo mismo. Un grito y apuntando para allá. ¿Qué pasa, mi amor? ¿Qué hay allá? Ay, Dios mío. ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? ¿Allá? No. Vámonos al cuarto. No. Ok. ¿Qué, Regi? No, mi amor, ven. Ay, Dios mío. No sé, ya no sé ni qué pensar. Me trae para acá. Aquí ya tengo súper iluminado. Ven, mi amor. Aquí está como dejé todo a medias. Ya no sé ni qué pensar. Ya la acosté, ya se acostó con su hermana. Pero ya, o sea, ya es mucho. Ya es mucho, ya no sé qué pensar. La casa está relativamente iluminada, es de noche, ya van a ser las 9, ya nos vamos a dormir. Está iluminado aquí, está iluminado allá, aquí. Tengo esa luz también a medias, no la voy a tener tampoco completa. Pero ya no sé ni qué pensar.
It's hard to say what's really going on here, whether this is a haunting, a guardian spirit, or something else entirely. But one thing's for sure. This is a concerned mother who just wants her daughter to be okay. So what do you think? Is Regina really seeing her sister Luna, or something much darker pretending to be her? In this next clip, the popular ghost hunter Ian visits one of the most unsettling places he's ever explored, the old Berlin tannery factory. For years, locals have claimed the place is haunted by a spirit they call the Toucher, said to scratch, grab, or lightly brush against anyone who dares to walk its halls alone. And on this visit, Ian was about to find out why. When he arrived, he steadied his nerves and began moving toward the catwalks, the same ones where, according to local workers, a man had tragically fallen to his death decades ago. The air was thick, heavy, and Ian said it felt like someone was right behind him with every step. Then, this happened.
Oh wow, check out that truck. That thing looks like it's from like the 1950s. Boy, they got all kinds of cool stuff down here. Whoa. Look at that, that's like a Ouija board. That is freaky. That trailer is a planchette. Dude, just imagine if that thing moved around like a planchette. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't use those things. Bad juju. I came from in here. And there's the catwalks. Is that you in here? Are you working? Dude, it sounded like footsteps up there. Like hard, heavy footsteps. Oh my God. My heart is racing. But as you can see, there's no one up there. Is it alright if I come up there? Am I authorized? Could you make a noise to let me know? Shoot, well, I'm coming up anyway. Hope you don't mind.
Now, was that a good idea? Maybe not, because right after that, he took out his spirit box and climbed the stairs to the upper level, and what he heard next still spooks him till this very day.
I ain't got a light. Whoa. That was a man's voice right there. Are you saying your name? Who are you? Whoa. Sir, why do you still haunt this tannery? But you said railing. Railing. Like fell over the railing. Are you saying that you died on these catwalks? And that you fell? Whoa. It sounded like that's what happened. Jesus. This is so crazy. Thank you, sir, for communicating with me. Is there anything you would like to say? Sound like it said work. Are you going back to work? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you get back to work then, if that's the case.
He froze, then slowly turned to leave, trying to shake off the chill creeping up his spine. But before he could take another step, something happened.
That was insane communication. He literally just said how he died. And that's what they say. They say that a worker died here. That totally makes a lot of sense. Whoa, whoa. What the hell? Something just moved down there. Holy shit. Oh my God. Just look at that. What is that? That's like a cart. And it just freaking moved.
Ian stepped away, nearly tripping over a metal pipe. Could it have been the wind? He whispered under his breath, but the look on his face said it all. Deep down, he already knew the answer. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following video is about a mother who thinks her son might be seeing a ghost. She has caught very deep and strange breathing sounds on the camera she installed in his room, and lately, he's been acting a little strange. But she wants to be sure she's not just overreacting. Watch. She could have brushed it off as nothing more than a toddler's tantrums, but what troubles her is how it seems to happen at the same time every single night. After she posted this clip, viewers began asking questions like, where did she get the crib? Some suggested that if not the crib itself, maybe something in his room carries an energy that could trigger this behavior. Others wondered if it could be connected to the house, perhaps something about its history she doesn't yet know. And then there are those who argue it might truly be nothing more than the baby being a baby. Kids can sometimes wake up crying or pointing at things we can't see. But when you combine the strange breathing sounds, the timing, and the child's behavior, it does make you wonder, is this just coincidence or something far stranger? This next clip is about a lady named Len who loves doll collections and has numerous toys in her house, some that her kids play with and others that just sit tucked away in creepy corners. Len is also known for her popular story times online, where she shares her personal paranormal encounters from childhood, and during these sessions, her audience sometimes notices eerie things happening in real time, strange figures in the background, unexplained noises, even knocks that sync with her words. And because she occasionally streams live, viewers insist it can all be editing tricks. One day, while home alone and joking around during a live session, this happened.
Okay, everyone's been saying, look under your sink because it's about to be a mess. Let's see. Ah! It was Chucky. Whoa. What the? Okay, I didn't plan this one. Chucky was just supposed to pop out, but his hair is moving. Holy shit. What the hell? Okay, I really do. Oh, move, goddammit. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, joke's over. Joke's over. I was about to say we got haunted dolls in this house. Oh my god. Y'all probably wondering why I have my fingers in the video the whole time. It's because TikTok thinks I'm stealing content. Okay? It thinks that I'm stealing y'all's videos and uploading them myself, trying to get the I don't know, the views. I don't know what it thinks I'm doing. But I ain't. It's my video. I made the video. That's my Chucky doll in my apartment about 3 years ago. That Chucky doll I've had for like 10 years. It's never moved until I got those dolls. And then all of a sudden it moves. And people that are making videos on that actual clip have the story wrong. I did not just throw that Chucky doll under there for the hell of it. It was a part 2 to another video that I'm gonna go ahead and post it on here too, so it makes sense to you. Is it ready? Right. Okay, I need this top. Give me this. Is it gonna work? Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay, it does work. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, man. Okay, so I was recreating that video because they said you could clean your pipes using shaving cream. So I put the little swizzle straw down the hole, but then after I posted that video, everyone was like, if you look under your sink, you're about to have a mess because that little hole leads to under your sink. So I was making the video like, there's not a mess under there, it's Chucky. Like, it was a joke, but the joke went south, and the dolls played a joke on me. So, like, they got me. So that's why the Chucky doll was even under there. I was playing with my followers 3 years ago, and it just went south. Bad. After that Chucky doll did that, I spent 2 hours outside waiting on my mom and daddy to come pick me up because I would not go back in the apartment. I made my daddy go in there and investigate the Chucky doll and make sure, like, I don't know what I thought. It just freaked me out and it scared me. So I spent the rest of the day until my husband come home from work at my parents' house after that. And let me throw this in here real quick. The ghosts are messing with me posting videos. Like, I know a couple of videos ago I was telling y'all how I couldn't upload videos. Like, the ghost was messing with my electronics. Well, they're doing it again on this video. I had to get my husband's phone to record and show you. Like, I was clicking, it would not let me record at all. I had to go down the street and post this video because it would not work. And I know there's going to be some people saying that it's just technical difficulties, whatever. No, because it only does this when I'm making, like, haunted content. When I'm making stupid, silly stuff, there's no problem with my phone whatsoever. But if I try and post something the ghost done, boom. But here's the video. This is the stuff I'm talking about, okay? The phone is froze. It will not let me post videos. The ghost is messing with me. I try to upload videos and stuff, and this is the type of shit that the ghost does. Messing with my electronics.
The way the doll's hair shifted on its own, followed by the unmistakable voice of a man, had viewers unsettled. Some speculated that the voice was directly connected to the doll, almost like it was a vessel being used to communicate. Others suggested that maybe Len's long history with paranormal activity has attached something to her, and the dolls are just perfect objects for it to manipulate. Of course, people debate why anyone would even keep so many dolls in the first place, especially when they're known to creep people out. For some, dolls are nostalgic. They represent childhood or family traditions. For collectors like Len, They're works of art, and sometimes even valuable antiques. But in the paranormal world, many believe dolls are perfect conduits for spirits because of their human-like form. For a while, Len laughed these strange moments off, but things shifted when the activity suddenly stopped when she became pregnant, only to start up again suddenly. More intense than before. Watch this.
I'm home alone with the baby, and these toys keep going. See that monkey over there? You have to push the top for it to go, and it makes a little peeling out sound, and then it shoots across the floor and lights up. It kept going I'm sitting over there on the couch. My baby's asleep right there on the floor. And then this toy right here. That owl, you have to push those two, and it's going the and then this one in here keeps going off the most. I'm scared to walk in there. I'm scared to leave my baby. It's went off like 10 times already. You have to push the nose. You have to push the, you have to push the nose. Those 3 buttons right there, you have to push. And it just keeps. I gotta check on my baby. It's also like a push button that you have to, if it starts to roll. God damn it. Yeah, right there. God damn it. Jesus Christ. I'm my baby in here. Okay, I'm turning on the light. I'm standing right here, I can see my baby. You have to push the nose or those buttons for it to come off.
The fact that she recently got 4 new dolls, all said to be haunted and all for free, sent speculation into overdrive. Some people think the timing is too perfect and that she may have unintentionally invited something back into her home. Others suggest the house itself might be haunted and the dolls are just convenient vessels for whatever is there. But many of her longtime followers pointed out a chilling detail. She left her previous home because of hauntings, but she also left with the dolls. And now, in a new home, the same cycle is repeating itself. It's hard not to think that this looks less like coincidence, and more like something that's following her, waiting for the right moment to show itself again. In this next clip, a couple's house suddenly started reeking of rotten eggs, and at first they thought it was something simple. Maybe spoiled food left in the fridge, a dead animal under the floorboards, or even a gas leak. They hired an exterminator to check for pests, a plumber to inspect the pipes, and even had their gas lines checked for leaks. They scrubbed the floors, cleaned out the vents, replaced carpets, and burned through endless air fresheners. But no matter what they did, the smell never went away. And soon, the odor wasn't the only thing they had to worry about. Strange, almost unreal activity started happening around their home. Lights flickered even after an electrician ruled out wiring issues. Heavy footsteps echoed down the hallway when no one else was home. And doors slammed with such force that picture frames fell from the walls. And one night, they woke to find the dining chairs stacked on top of each other in the middle of the kitchen. something neither of them could explain. One afternoon, while the husband was at work and his wife was trying to get some sleep, this is what their Ring camera caught.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Dude. Baby, what took you so long to answer? Dude, the house smells like literally like rotten egg. Like, it literally smells like you forgot to take the trash out or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but this shit, like, I'm literally feel like I'm about to puke. I was just taking a nap, and the house smells disgusting. Yeah, I'll open the door. I don't know if that's going to do much, though. The door's open. I don't know. I need a fan or something. You need to get home and, like, air, like, do something in here. Did you take the trash out? What the fuck? The lights are fucking flickering now, dude. Baby, stop! What the fuck? Baby!
It's said that when a home starts to smell like rotten eggs, or worse, like rotting flesh, it's often considered a sign of demonic activity. In religious lore, demons are said to give off foul odors as a way of marking their territory, and when viewers noticed the cross on the wall suddenly shifting on its own, that only fueled the speculation. For many, the dots connected too perfectly. A foul smell that refuses to go away, escalating paranormal events, and a religious symbol being disturbed. So, are this couple truly dealing with a demonic presence like so many believe? Or is there another explanation for all of this that we're somehow missing? Sometimes when people say they don't like being alone, it's not just because of boredom, loneliness, or even fear of intruders. For some, it's because of the unexplained things they silently deal with inside their own homes. The kind of things they can't really share with friends without being laughed at or dismissed as crazy. And that's exactly how the lady in this next clip, named Leah, feels. Watch this. You really can't blame her for running because not everyone can stomach the idea of something else, something they can't even see, living in their house rent-free. Whether she later came back alone, got a roommate, or decided to leave the house entirely is still unknown, as no update has surfaced yet. But as much as many people applaud her decision to run for her life, there are others who believe staying and fighting is the better choice. So which side are you on? Run or fight, and why? Summed. This next clip is about a woman who just lost her stepdad, and she's been documenting the strange things that have started happening around her mom's house. What makes it such a big deal for her is the unsettling pattern she's noticed over the years. Every time they lose a loved one, electronics connected to that person, either something they bought or something they loved, starts to malfunction. In her own words, it's never just random. When her grandmother passed that same day, multiple devices turned on and off all at once, far too many to be brushed off as coincidence. And now, after her stepdad's passing, something similar is happening again. Watch this.
Is that you, Bill? Yes? No? Bill? Can you get closer? Is that you? Baby, is that you? Turn it on and off again. Bill? Is that you coming through there? I love you. Come back on. There you go. Bill? Maxie? Are you together? Yes? Come back on. Once for yes, Bill. Yes? Is Max with you? Once, yes? Where's Maxie? With you? Bill? Are you there? Turn it off again. Bill? Is Max with you? Are you gone? Found something you can get up, come on and off with, huh?
It raises the question, when people pass on, do both the living and the non-living somehow know? Could this be her stepdad trying to reach out through the only way he can? Or is it all just coincidence wrapped in grief? What unsettles her most is that her parents had this particular lamp for years, and it never flickered once, until the very day her stepdad passed. She still doesn't have a convincing explanation, so to her, it's still one big mystery. Now, in this next clip, the popular ghost hunter Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, went to explore a cemetery near Timberlake Road when this happened.
Oh God. What was that? I just freaking heard something move through the water. Whatever it was. All right, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Whatever that was terrifying. Dude, something just like freaking hissed at me from over there. It did not sound human, whatever it was. I don't care what anyone says about me. Chickening out, I am not going back over there.
Shaken, he left that area and headed in another direction to conduct a session with his spirit box, determined to confirm the rumors about this place. The legend tells of a woman who lost her entire family in a single day while she was away searching for food, and the spirits of her loved ones are said to linger there still. Many have seen phantom hounds with glowing eyes darting through the trees, shadowy figures watching silently from the woods, and in the small cemetery nearby, countless claims of ghostly children playing among the gravestones. With his spirit box, Ian got a terrifying response. Watch.
What is the name of your family? We all died. That's what this just said. It just sounded like either we are all dead or we all died. I am so sorry. Is the mother that hung herself, is she out here? Could you speak to me and tell me why you're still here? Oh my God, that was freaking disturbing. That sounded like a woman crying on there.
The responses he got only made Ian more determined to investigate further, but it also left viewers wrestling with an unsettling question. Is it only those who suffer tragic, violent deaths who remain as spirits in our world? If so, how do we explain those who claim to see the presence of loved ones who pass peacefully, without pain? Or perhaps it's not about how one dies at all. Maybe no one truly leaves after death. Maybe we all remain here in some form, drifting through the same world as the living, brushing past each other now and then, only occasionally felt or seen. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following video is about a guy named Kyle who has refused to leave his house despite overwhelming proof that it's haunted. One time it's aggressive bangs echoing from the attic, another time it's disembodied voices whispering from his crawl space, but now it's happening right inside his living room. Watch this.
Yo, I swear I just heard footsteps in here. Like three times now. It just happened again. Listen. What the heck? And a voice this time. Holy shoot. Tell me you heard that. I don't know if my camera picked it up or not. What the heck? I don't know. What the fuck? Oh my god. Yo. What the heck? Did you hear that?
Some people claimed they could hear a whining sound, others swore it was a child's voice. And more terrifying, several viewers pointed out the presence of a shadow. Now, here's where things get controversial. Some speculated that this shadow could mean he's dealing with a demon, but others quickly disagreed, saying demons don't cast shadows because they're not of this world. On the flip side, some argue that shadows could actually be their way of manifesting, proving their existence by leaving just enough of a trace in our reality. So, which side are you on? Was this really a demon showing itself, or something else entirely? Now, in this next clip, a woman named Hannah is trying to solve one of the biggest puzzles she's had to deal with since having her baby girl, the unseen person her daughter calls her friend. You see, when you're a new mother, there are so many things you worry about. Why isn't she sleeping through the night? Is that rash something serious? Why won't she eat? And for every concern, there's always somewhere to turn. Doctors, family, friends, even the internet. But this is different. Because how do you explain your child talking to someone you can't see without being called overreactive, or worse, people labeling her daughter as strange? One evening, Hannah decided it was high time she came to the root of things. Watch this.
You hold the camera, and all you have to do with this is you walk it around because it's taking a video. So you don't need to snap any pictures, you can walk it around. Do you know if Joe's down here?
Joe's right there sitting.
He's right there sitting?
Yeah.
Can you tilt the camera, see if you can get him on the video?
Yeah.
Is he still in the chair?
This is where he sleeps. He just sits like him.
He sleeps down here?
Yeah, I can't see him because
He's asleep.
no, you can't sit down there. This is not a bed. That is a bed. John said that this is a bed or his friend is bed.
Oh.
He doesn't see you.
He doesn't see you?
No, he doesn't see me for a long time. He doesn't see me for millions, hundreds times. He just sees me sometimes.
He just sees you sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you think Joe has anything under the house?
Mama says something that's on here. Does it? It's a little breeze.
Just a little breeze?
But he doesn't play with it.
He doesn't play with the balloon.
I will put it on the cat if it wants to play. Okay.
What spooked her most was when Hazel, her little girl, casually said his friends sleep there. So now it wasn't just one unseen presence in her home, it was more than one. And many who saw this clip were quick to point out something else. The camera glitched the exact moment it was pointed at the chair, and again when Hazel peeked under it. Some say that's no coincidence, that electronic devices can distort or glitch when directed at a spirit. Others argue it could just be signal interference, poor connection, or even a lens error. But in this case, the timing was just too perfect. Things only got creepier from there. One night, while putting Hazel to bed, Hannah brought up Joe again, hoping to gather new details that might piece the puzzle together. By this time, she had already uncovered the last names of the children of the home's previous owner, and she wanted to see if by any chance Joe's last name would match up. What happened next shocked her.
It's Joe's birthday. It's downstairs.
It's Joe's birthday downstairs.
Yeah. That's Joe's birthday. You like flowers. Did you like the flower?
He likes
little
flowers.
And big flowers.
Joe likes flowers.
And he likes it. He likes that with the flowers and he said.
Oh, does he make silly jokes?
Yeah.
So do you know what Joe's last name is?
Joe.
His last name is Joe? Is that? Does he have a different name?
Yeah. He has a different name called E and R and P, and he tells us that later than that picture.
Little Hazel, who can barely spell her own name, began spelling Joe's last name, and she got 5 out of the 7 letters correct. Hannah says she still can't get over it. She's chosen not to share the name publicly out of respect for the family, but the fact remains, her daughter should never have known that. For a while, Hazel and Joe's interactions seemed harmless, even friendly, but then came a plot twist Hannah did not expect. One night, downstairs, Hannah pulled out a book about being nervous, and right there, Hazel casually said, "Joe gets nervous sometimes." When asked why, Hazel responded, "Joe gets nervous when John comes around." But who's John? And how did another figure suddenly enter the story? Watch this.
He's the person that really mean to me.
He's really mean to you. Where does he live?
He lives next to Joe's house. But don't listen to them anymore.
Okay.
At this point, Hannah began talking about saging the house. As she puts it, she already has enough drama in her life without dealing with a ghost, let alone 2 ghosts with their own unresolved beef. She even painted a chilling scenario. Imagine hating your neighbor while you're alive, then both of you die, and you're stuck living next to each other again in the afterlife. But it didn't stop at ghostly drama. Soon after, strange things started happening in the house itself. One day, while in the workshop that had been built by the home's previous owner, Hannah captured something creepy. Have a look.
So I'm going to quickly finish before I get out. The one other thing up here that is his is this box, and my husband stacked all of our stuff on top of it, so I can't, it's too heavy for me to open it. I think from memory there wasn't anything in here, and that just says Peninsula and Oriental Steam Navigation, and there's some like old ripped up stickers on there, but I might have more of a look later. When my husband is here, I'm going to get him to come down with me because I'm getting a little bit freaked out. So that is the workshop tour. Nothing that I've found so far with any names on it, but I will keep looking. Oh, what was that? Okay, I'm hearing noises now, so I'm going to get out. Goodbye.
So, let me put it to you. If you were in Hannah's shoes, how would you handle this? Would you pack your bags, call in help, or try to coexist with Joe and John? Now, in this next clip, a lady caught something she's still trying to make sense of on camera. Watch this. If you look closely at the upper left corner, something seems to be peeking or moving before it disappears completely. And apparently, before she captured this moment, she had already been dealing with a string of odd occurrences around her home, like the unsettling feeling of being watched when she was completely alone. Some nights she even reported hearing faint footsteps in the hallway when no one else was awake. So when this figure appeared in the corner of her video, many people pieced it together as further proof that whatever's been lurking in her house finally showed itself. So, was this a ghost manifesting in plain sight, or something else entirely? I'll let you be the judge on this one. In this next clip, a lady named Gigi went to visit her parents but had to wait for them to return from the mall. While she was waiting, she suddenly felt uneasy. Then this happened.
It keeps going up just a little at a time. I go in the kitchen and do some more stuff. Lysoling. I wiped them and now I'm Lysoling them. Come on. Move the chair again. I told you. Told you. I am in the kitchen. I'm nowhere near that chair. I should be used to this stuff, but it's a little weird. Mom, is that you? Okay, I'm just shaking. It's okay. Totally okay.
She quickly remembered her parents saying they had recently gotten this chair, but she wasn't sure if it even came with a remote. One thing she knew for certain though was that she didn't have any remote with her and she was completely alone in the house. And as you see in the video, she sprayed some Lysol around the house. Some viewers speculated that she was trying to cleanse or sanitize the space, believing Lysol could purge bad energy the same way it clears germs. Others, however, were quick to dismiss this idea, saying that Lysol has no spiritual properties and that if anything was in the house, a spray bottle of disinfectant wouldn't stand a chance against it. This next footage was captured at the school hospital Universitario in Honduras, a place long rumored to be haunted by the spirit of a doctor who tragically took his own life within its walls. Many believe his restless presence still roams the hospital's dim corridors, and sightings have been reported so often that staff began filming whenever they sensed something was near. Watch this. This eerie recording quickly spread beyond the hospital walls, fueling stories that the doctor's ghost has become a permanent resident of the building. Some claim he's been seen pacing the halls, while others insist he flickers the lights or even appears in patient rooms late at night. Whether this is evidence of a true haunting or simply folklore that's taken on a life of its own, one thing is certain: it has captured the imagination of many, and this hospital's reputation as one of Honduras's most haunted places only continues to grow. This next clip follows Dustin Frazier, who's long suspected that something or someone is attached to him. Strange noises in his house when he's alone, doors closing on their own, even waking up at night with the chilling sense that something was hovering right by his bed. But one evening, Dustin wasn't even home. Yet this happened. Watch closely.
Pool is looking a little green, if you ask me, but I mean, to be fair, like the season's almost over, so let's check this one. Shoot good. Hot tip.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear a faint whisper, and then a dark figure appears standing directly behind him. So, was that the proof Dustin needed that there's a spirit following him, or is there another explanation we're missing? Now, this next clip was recorded by a ghost hunter named Ian, who visited the secluded Timberlake Road, a stretch of darkness in Minnesota, whispered to be one of the most haunted roads in the entire state. According to local legend, a family who once lived along this road fell gravely ill. The mother, desperate to save them, left for town to find food and medicine, but when she returned, it was already too late. They were all gone. Grief-stricken, she ended her own life on Timberlake Road. Some say her spirit is still there to this day, pale, restless, and wandering the roadside at night. Others speak of the small cemetery nearby where ghostly children have been spotted playing among the stones. And that's exactly where Ian began his exploration around 10 p.m, when he suddenly captured something terrifying on camera. Watch closely.
I don't see anything over here. And honestly, it's gone completely quiet. Oh my God! Okay, time to go. Time to go. Oh my God, what the was that? Stop. Holy shit. That literally looked like a freaking dark figure darting across the freaking road. Oh my God, what the hell was that? Dude, it was freaking scary, whatever it was. It was like a freaking black mass, real low to the ground, and just freaking boom, right across that freaking road. God damn, I nearly crapped my pants.
Ian still doesn't know what that was, but he can't get past the feeling that it had been watching him the entire time. For more haunting videos, including more from Ian, make sure to subscribe to the channel now. The following video was captured by Liv one quiet Saturday evening while she was home alone with her cat. For weeks now, at exactly 7:33 p.m, she would hear scratching sounds. Not the usual kind you dismiss as pipes or rodents, but deep, deliberate scraping, as if something was trying to claw its way through the walls. On some nights, the doorknobs would rattle, lights would flicker in quick bursts, and the cat would stare into corners as if it's following something invisible. One evening, Liv finally set up her phone to record, and this is what she caught. If you turn your volume up and listen carefully, you'll hear the chilling sound of scratches coming from inside the walls. Then, suddenly, objects begin to fall from shelves like a force was shaking the place from the inside out. Now, here's where it gets weird. People are asking why the cat wasn't reacting, and honestly, it's a fair question. But sometimes animals, especially cats, can grow desensitized to long-term spiritual presences, especially if they've been exposed repeatedly. Some experts even believe the spirit may have attached itself to the cat, which could explain its eerie calmness. Liv isn't taking any more chances, so she's made an appointment to have the house cleansed, and because the activity keeps escalating, she has also contacted a private investigator to dig into the house's history. The following clips were recorded by Linda, who has been experiencing strange and unexplained activity in her home. And the strange part? It only ever happens when she's completely alone. For weeks, she brushed it off as her imagination, until the sounds became impossible to ignore, and it kept happening week after week. She decided to set up a camera, and this is what she captured. You can hear heavy footsteps running up and down the stairs like someone's pacing in a hurry, but she is completely alone, and this strange sound usually lasts for about 20 minutes, and then everything goes still. This disturbing activity continued for weeks, growing worse with time, and at one point, it was not just one staircase, it was every staircase in the house, like the entity had grown bolder or multiplied.
You guys, I'm hearing it again, but from downstairs this time. Nope.
Some skeptics tried to discredit her claim, saying the stairs weren't fully shown in the clips. So, the next time it happened, Linda made sure to record the entire stairs.
I keep hearing somebody walk up and down my stairs, but there is obviously nobody there. There's nothing there. And it keeps coming up and down, up and down.
Now here's what makes this truly terrifying. Hearing running footsteps with no visible source is often linked to residual hauntings. It's a replay of something traumatic, usually tied to moments of panic, flight, or even death. It's like the spirit is stuck, reliving its final moments again and again. And now, Linda has admitted that she no longer feels safe staying in the house alone, so she's sent her footage to a ghost hunter, and an investigation is already underway. We wish her luck. A guy named Marcus has been dealing with something far worse than nightmares. For months now, he's been jolted out of sleep by violent, unexplainable events happening right inside his room. We're talking drawers yanked open with force, chairs flung to the side, loud bangs against the wall, and sometimes his blankets being pulled off in the middle of the night. On more than one occasion, objects have flown off shelves and deep scratches have appeared on his bedroom wall. Scratches he didn't make. So one night, determined to prove he wasn't losing his mind, Marcus set up a camera while he slept, and this is what he caught.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house this instant. In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house.
He lives completely alone, and his bedroom is always locked from the inside before he sleeps, so there's no possible way anyone else could have been in that room. And with the force and aggression of the entity causing these activities, there's no other reason than the presence of a demon. Marcus sent the footage to his family priest, and thankfully, They've scheduled a day for serious prayers and cleansing. We wish him luck in banishing this tormenting spirit. A young mother named Grace has always believed her late husband still watches over their daughter, Emma, who was just a month old when he passed. From lights flickering on during their bedtime routines, to Emma giggling and reaching out toward empty spaces as if someone were there, Grace has experienced enough to believe he visits. One night, she finally caught this on camera.
Go show Mama. Go show Mommy.
You can see little Emma sobbing uncontrollably, stretching her arms, pointing toward her dad's photo. And whenever she does this, she doesn't calm down until she's holding it in her hands. This video touched so many hearts, and the comments were flooded with people sharing their own emotional experiences and moments they also felt the presence of someone they lost. Have you ever felt something like that? A visit? Or a sign? Because sometimes all it takes is one moment like this to believe they're still out there. Dan and his wife had just moved into a new apartment, and they were excited to start their family and build memories in their new home. But from day one, the apartment had other plans. It's either the light, the tap turning on in the middle of the night, things falling off shelves that no one touched, gentle footsteps when no one was walking, and sometimes soft humming coming from the hallway. Most visitors brushed it off as poor construction or plumbing issues, but Dan and his wife could feel it wasn't structural, but spiritual. After a few months, they reached out to a medium, and that's when they discovered the truth. According to the medium, the spirit in the apartment was that of a young child who once lived there, the son of the original owners, and he meant no harm. With that knowledge, the couple chose to stay, and they even did a few protective rituals around the house, just in case the spirit decides to be violent. Now, years later, even with kids of their own, the family still lives in the home, and they've grown quite fond of their ghostly roommate. Take a look at what this family has to keep up with living with a ghost.
Get a tissue. Don't yell like that. Look at me. First of all, don't raise your voice like that. It's inappropriate. And see, now the ghost is very upset. Don't do that.
That and there's no ghost in here.
Well, I don't know.
Dan and his wife are still trying to convince their kids that there is a ghost living with them, but the children aren't buying it. They think it's all one big joke, and the parents don't mind, as long as the kids can still laugh it off. And don't start waking up from nightmares, they're willing to let them believe whatever makes them feel safe. I agree, not many people can handle living with a ghost, but Dan and his family, they don't seem to mind, so we wish them luck and hope they know exactly what they're doing. The following clips were recorded by Kyle Anthony after weeks of claiming his house was haunted, claims none of his close friends or family members took seriously. According to them, it was just stress, or maybe the pipes, but Kyle and his fiancée had been experiencing some truly disturbing things, like utensils clattering in locked drawers, the smell of burning hair with no fire in sight, and strange whispers they could only hear when the lights went out. One night, when Kyle was getting ready for bed, the activity got worse. He was just about to turn off the lights when he heard a violent bang from the attic. It wasn't the kind of creak you'd expect from an old house, but a forceful, frantic pounding, like someone or something was trying to break through the attic door. This time, Kyle made sure he went with his phone, and this is what he captured.
Alright, for any of y'all who don't believe that this is real, then I'm just making it up. I'm about to prove it to you. nothing up here. There's nothing up here. Told you.
The force of whatever entity causing this was more than just aggressive, it was invasive. And such violent contacts are often a warning sign the spirit isn't just there, it's asserting its right or declaring ownership. When Kyle got inside the attic, every step he took inside the attic felt like something was waiting. And when he posted the clip online, viewers noticed something he didn't. A glowing orb moving across the screen just before the clip ended. That orb was the confirmation many needed to believe the attic wasn't empty. There was a spirit roaming. But it wasn't just the attic. Every night since then, a strange banging sound would echo from outside, always around the same time, and always from the same direction. One morning, the sound woke them up again, so Kyle stepped outside with his phone, and this is what he saw.
Alright, we woke up to the banging sound outside of our bedroom again. It sounded like it was coming from outside, yet again. But I think I know where it's coming from, so I'm going to show you. Right there. I think it's coming from there. Something is banging on that. It's happened, it happened last night, it happened 2 nights ago. That's our bedroom window right there. I hope there's nothing trapped in there, a raccoon, I don't know. But it's been freaking us out, waking us up. So we're gonna take a look. Goodness gracious. I can't see very far down there. Let me see if my light helps. I can't see all the way to the end, but I don't see anything. And that goes around a corner. I don't know if I can even fit between the blocks and that pipe, but I guess we're gonna have to take a look in there. Fuck.
The crawl space was completely empty with no raccoons and no rats, but Kyle knew what this meant. If there was no animal and it wasn't faulty construction, something else was definitely inside his house. Kyle tried to live with it, hoping it would stop, but the activity only escalated. One night, multiple events happened at once. Unexplainable footsteps, appliances switching on, and a door slamming shut when no one was near.
I did not notice that this door opened by itself. I did not notice. I was just trying to get the heck out of here. And to those of y'all that are asking, did I leave my fiance in the house by herself? No, I did not. She was waiting for me on the porch. I told her that when I got in the car, I was gonna film a TikTok really quick. So she went out and waited on the front porch while I backed the car out of the garage. I would not leave her here by herself on a night when this place is lit up like a rave with lights flickering and doors rattling and all that crap. Of course I wouldn't do that. But, I mean, I guess it's understandable that y'all were asking about it. But no. And I have not been in there. I haven't been in this little utility room yet. It's just the water heater and a bunch of junk. There's not going to be anything in there, but let's have a look. Let's have a look real quick. How about it? Into the darkness we stick our freaking hand. Yeah, nothing there. Junk. Bunch of junk. Greatest TikTok of all time, right?
The energy in this room was noticeably stronger, and it could be that whatever's haunting the house is connected to an event that happened here in the past. Or Kyle may have unknowingly brought something cursed into the house, like a thrifted object, or a secondhand piece of furniture. And we know how these things carry dark energy. Things took a disturbing turn days later, and this time, it wasn't just the banging anymore.
Alright, I am home alone, and I am hearing a little kid laughing in the basement. And I do not have children. This is freaking me out. Yeah, you hear it too? Go. Move. I'll try to go down there. Oh God, let's see if we hear it. Goodness gracious. Shit. Do you hear that? Oh my God, that's freaky. I don't have children. I don't have children. And I'm home alone. My fiance just went with her sister to the mall. Don't hear it anymore now. Goodness gracious.
If you listen closely, you'll hear the creepy sound of children laughing, and even the cats are visibly agitated. Sometimes, hearing children laughing, especially when there are no children around, can be a dark spirit pretending to be something innocent to lure you in before revealing their true form. Kyle has not been able to have one single peaceful night without something strange happening, and it was getting impossible to dismiss it as a coincidence. One night, Kyle tried to get some sleep, praying nothing would happen, but something woke him up. Other than what you just saw in the clip, if you look closely, you'll see a faint pulsing light in the glass jar sitting on top of the TV stand, almost like something alive trapped inside, or a contained energy trying to manifest. Experts say when spirits grow bold enough to interfere with light, especially enclosed light, they've grown stronger. And this was really the case because after this night, it became worse.
This is freaking crazy. Check this out. The knocking is happening in the attic. Listen to that. Gosh dang it. The light just keeps... why is this my life? Yo, this is driving me nuts. It's just constant. I don't know what to do. I just do not know what to do. Goodness.
When an expert reviewed this footage, they pointed out something bizarre. The knocks followed a pattern. 9 knocks, then 14. That's I and N in the alphabet for in. Was it trying to say it was inside, or was it inviting Kyle in? Some believe it was trying to possess a space, or even a person. Others pointed out the eerie synchronicity between the knocking and Kyle's emotions, as if the spirit was feeding off his fear. At this point, Kyle was torn between 2 horrifying possibilities. Either something was trying to torment him, or it was desperately trying to say something. But how do you tell the difference? He has tried everything. Salt across the doorways, iron nails near the windows, even burning sage, and it helped for a week until this happened.
I'll watch this and tell me if you see what I see. I thought we had a quiet night, Shelley. Thought we had a quiet night. It was a quiet night. Everything just stopped. Here, play with that.
If you look closely toward the bottom left corner, you'll see a shadowy figure moving, and if you keep watching, you'll see something even worse. The small box was moving. After Kyle posted this clip, viewers were seriously worried, not just about the spirit, but about Kyle's safety. Many warned him that keeping objects like that doll could lead to possession, or even spiritual attachment that follows him outside the house, and they're not wrong. Others are convinced the doll is the source of all the activities, and that the spirit might stop playing games and become hostile. And judging by how things have been escalating, they might be right, because this kind of activity doesn't fade, it grows. Kyle has reached out to a ghost hunter, and the full footage has been sent in for professional review. Hopefully, they'll be able to pinpoint exactly what's been causing the surge in activity and how to get rid of it. But from everything we've seen, I don't have any doubt. There's a ghost in that house. This next clip was recorded by Sammy, who had been sensing something strange in her home for weeks now. At first, it was small things like the lights flickering at midnight, the sound of someone pacing in the hallway when she was home alone, and an icy breeze that always seemed to pass through the living room without warning. But what really convinced her that something wasn't right was her dog. Sammy's dog had always been calm, but lately it had started growling at empty corners, barking aggressively toward the hallway, refusing to enter certain rooms entirely, and even barking furiously at the empty chair that sat facing her bed. Sammy brushed it off at first, until one evening her dog refused to enter her room, and when her dog finally did, this was what happened. People say if you have a chair facing your bed, the dead come to sit and watch while you sleep. And if you leave a mirror facing your bed, you open a portal between this world and theirs. But Sammy isn't too bothered by these warnings. In fact, she welcomes the idea because she's been connecting with spirits since she was 4. But she agrees something was different about this night, so in her next clip, she revealed something deeply personal. Sammy believes it could be her twin brother who her mother lost during pregnancy, and the timing made it more convincing. That night was their birthday, so it felt too timed to be a coincidence. Still, to be sure, she sent the clips to a trusted medium and is currently awaiting a full reading. But the fact that the dog is growling like this is enough reason to consider other possibilities. Because dogs often detect dark spirits faster than humans, and growling, especially at a fixed spot, is a classic sign of a dark presence. We can't say for sure what it is yet, but I think we can all agree on one thing. There's certainly a spirit in that house. The following video is about a content creator named Carla Agnini, a woman known for sharing her journey through midlife adventures, cozy home moments, and the joys of an empty nest. But one quiet morning, while filming a simple video to show how peaceful her house can be, this happens. Watch.
If you are an empty nester, what does your house sound like regularly throughout the day? Because this is the sound of mine. It seriously drives my husband crazy that it is so quiet. And whenever he's home, he's... What in the world just happened? Where did that music come from? I'm like way over here by the dishwasher. And this music just starts randomly playing. What in the heck? I don't even know what that is. It's like somebody was playing a joke on me because I said my house is so quiet. What? And what was that song? Now I think my house is haunted. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with that.
Carla later confirms that the song was coming from her iPad, not Alexa. And the creepy part is, absolutely nothing was open to play music. No tabs, no apps, nothing. Even stranger, she had never heard that song before in her life, and she was alone in the house when it happened. Carla now believes her home might be haunted and that her empty nest just got a lot less empty. And honestly, she might not be wrong. When she posted the video, many viewers pointed out that spirits, especially those tied to the home, try to reach out using frequencies through electronics, manipulating sound, static, and in rare cases, even music. After reading through dozens of concerned comments, Carla decided to contact a local ghost hunter and has already set a date for a full spiritual sweep of her house. This next clip was recorded by Sharon, who has been experiencing very strange things in her home for weeks now, but either the activity happens too fast to capture or she's too scared to even remember to grab her phone. One night, she managed to capture this.
Oh my god, there's nothing there. There's nothing.
Now here's the thing, Sharon lives in a one-story rancher. There's no upstairs or an attic space above that area of the house. So what or who was causing that strange noise? And this is where it gets even more disturbing. Sharon has experienced the same strange activity in every house she's lived in since her daughter was born. No matter where they move, it follows, and it's become so common that they've developed a routine. When it starts, they either leave the room or go outside for a walk until it stops. In the video she posted, Sharon included some unsettling details like how the dog starts growling and pacing seconds before the activity begins, how the temperature in the room suddenly drops even in the middle of summer, and how her and her daughter's mood changes sharply, as if something takes over. One minute they're calm, and the next, they're angry, sad, or overwhelmed for no reason. But the scariest detail she gave is that every time it starts, she and her daughter feel their hair stand on end, like a shiver that doesn't go away. Given the consistency of the experience across multiple homes, many viewers believe the entity isn't haunting a location. It's attached to Sharon, or possibly to her daughter, or even an object they unknowingly bring with them from house to house. But I'll let you be the judge on that. What exactly do you think is going on here? Let me know your thoughts on this one. This next clip is about another terrifying night Kyle had in his apartment, following weeks of sharing videos that prove he's barely had a peaceful night's sleep. He has been experiencing unsettling banging sounds, objects moving without reason, and perhaps the creepiest of all, the sound of children laughing, even though Kyle lives alone and has no kids. Naturally, viewers grew concerned until someone pointed out something Kyle had casually shown in one of his earlier clips, a doll he keeps in the house, one he's named Shelly. One night, while Kyle was finally asleep, he started hearing children laughing, and when he woke up, this was what he saw.
The light has gone off 3 times. There it goes again. Goodness. What the hell? There's the light switch right there. I mean, there's another one there too, but... Okay. I didn't touch that. I did not touch that light switch. There's nobody there.
If you look at the light switch to the right, it's clear no one is near it, but then, right in front of him, the light suddenly goes off. Moments later, Kyle stands to show that the space is empty, and just as he does, the light in the kitchen begins to flicker. He later uploaded the video, and there was one thing nearly everyone pointed out, something Kyle hadn't even noticed at first. There were orbs floating through the shot, and many believe orbs are spiritual energy, a sign that something, or someone, is present. After that night, things got worse, and viewers began to warn him that whatever or whoever was behind the haunting seemed to be feeding off his fear. So Kyle decided to fight back and filmed himself doing a challenge where he was standing alone in the dark for 60 seconds, facing the fear head on. Watch what happened.
Can I withstand 60 seconds in the dark of my basement? I thought it'd be a good idea to try to overcome my fears since I live in a haunted house, so we're gonna try this. Let's get going. There's one. There we go. 60 seconds. How long is 60 seconds? Oh, this is already a bad idea. I don't like this. I don't like this at all, yo. What was that? Yo, no. No, we don't need to hear noises while we're down here. Fuck. Is it over? Is it over yet? Dang, I don't know. We got like 20 seconds? 20 seconds. Okay, I can do it. Oh, what was that? I heard something. Yo, okay. Has it been 20? I don't know. The light switch won't work. Oh, shit. Okay.
What Kyle still can't wrap his head around is the fact that when he reached for the light switch to end the challenge, it didn't work. But when he checked it the next morning, everything worked perfectly, with no faults, no wiring issues, and not even a loose bulb. At this point, Kyle can't help but think there's a ghost in his house. In this next video, a man named Nick has been quietly taking care of his grandmother, who suffers from Alzheimer's. Her condition often makes her restless, wandering around the house, staring into empty corners, or talking to people who aren't there. But one night, what Nick captured was different. Take a look. His grandmother was standing still, as usual, but this time her dog began to growl and something else happened that not even Nick can explain, and viewers didn't miss it either. If you look closely, you'll notice the Roomba moving back and forth, almost like it's detecting someone standing in front of it. And just moments after that, something falls. But what really makes this moment unsettling is what fell. Watch this.
Alright, so this is in response to last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. You see how far back they are? Genuinely. I mean, the significance of an angel falling and not legitimately anything else she has.
Out of all the things placed on top of the fridge, it was a mini angel statue that fell. And what's odd is that the statue had been sitting far back, not near the edge. So how exactly did it tip over? According to Nick, nothing, and no one was near the Roomba at the time, so it's possible that it was reacting to something he couldn't see. Ever since that night, Nick hasn't felt the same about the kitchen, but the problem is his grandmother only has one working television in the house, and it's close to the kitchen. So every night, he has to sit there to watch his program. One night, while watching TV alone in the living room, Nick's camera caught this. Watch closely.
So, I was watching my show, and after last night, I'm definitely not leaving these lights on. But I was watching my show, and there's nothing there.
Not one, but both of his grandmother's dogs are caught on video standing alert and staring at the kitchen, completely still with their ears perked up. Now here's something to consider. Nick told viewers that his grandfather mentioned seeing his grandma standing in the dark kitchen late one night, but when he got up to check, no one was there. It's for reasons like that and moments like these that Nick is starting to feel seriously uneasy, but the night was far from over. A few moments later, Nick heard the sound of the ice maker going off, so he grabbed his phone and started filming again. This is what he caught.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Oh, that's cool. Jesus!
After Nick posted the video, viewers immediately picked up on a few details like the Roomba's behavior had been off all evening, moving in a straight, unnatural line, unlike how it usually detects and avoids walls or stairs. But more disturbing was the way it suddenly flipped even when there was nothing in its way. No object, no stairs, yet it spins and lands hard on its side, almost like something had forcefully knocked it over. It didn't also react to the stair's edge, something it's programmed to sense and avoid. And then there was the angel statue that didn't fall randomly. It fell as if something wanted it out of sight. To this day, Nick can't explain any of it, and it remains unknown as to what caused all these strange things, but whatever happened that night still haunts him. Now, this next video is about Tana, a mom and nurse practitioner who often shares heartfelt snippets of her daily life, but one particular video she shared recently had nothing to do with cozy mornings or toddler giggles. It was something much more unsettling. Have a look.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
No.
Who are you talking to? Evelyn. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
You can see her 20-month-old daughter smiling, giggling, and reaching out like someone was right there in the room with her. The joy on her face suggests she was genuinely seeing someone, and many viewers were quick to say, maybe she was. Some believe she might have been seeing a loved one who passed, possibly an uncle watching over her, but others couldn't shake a different, more disturbing idea that whatever she was seeing wasn't her uncle at all, but something pretending to be. Something that took on a familiar shape, just to be welcomed. It's a theory that's shown up before in stories like these, that children are more open to what we can't see, and sometimes that openness can attract something else. Still, no one can say for sure. Was this a sweet moment between a child and a spirit watching over her, or something more deceptive and dangerous? You decide.